Hey there, Shauna Karish here with another Ask Shauna answer. And this one is coming to you from Kendra. And she says, I have a Shetland pony that is a rescue. She was starved and abused, or at least not handled. She is very wary of anything new and gets a bit spooky at the smallest things. Grooming, although, is improving. Good for you. I started using positive reinforcement clicker training with her right away. However, she becomes highly focused on the food and not what I'm asking. She will do anything to get the food. If food is removed, she won't complete a task. So she isn't actually learning and understanding what we're doing. How can I help shift her focus so that she learns what I'm asking? There's a couple of things that you could do. I mean, we need to get it where we're putting a little bit of distance and time between the food and the task so that she starts kind of pulling them apart a little bit. So this is, I think, a target would be a really, really good thing to do in this situation, is making sure she's really good with the target, because the target can help to get you, to help set her up for success, to get her doing something, and it's putting a little bit of distance. So she has to go follow and touch the target for food. So we start to take it not about you and looking at the side bucket, what you've got, and food, but we start kind of directing her to different things. And when she's good with the target, I think I might start teaching her to touch a stationary target. So now what you're going to start doing is teaching her to go away from you to get food, so that she starts, by the nature of this task, she's going to have to start thinking about what she's doing, because the behavior is going to be leaving you. So she needs to kind of trust that it's still going to happen. And I think as she starts to do that, and she starts to get do some behaviors that are going away from you, I think as she gets better about that, I think that she'll start to look at the training and not just survival. I think kind of in there she's just a little panicky and probably over threshold about the food, because it just means so much and she's afraid she's not going to get it at some point in time. So I think that would be a good thing to do, is work with a stationary target, even if teaching her to go from one person to another, what we call A to Bs. When I worked at SeaWorld, and I do them a lot with horses, is teaching them to go to point A, you, to another person, point B. It's kind of like the stationary target, but somebody else is over there. And again, that's teaching her to go away from you and giving her a little bit more time to think. So I think that would be a good alternative. Another thing to try, and you're going to have to play around with these things and figure out what works for her. Definitely I'd work on the going away from you behaviors. I think that'll help her to have to think about things, and it starts to put, as we put a little bit more distance in and go slow enough so she gets it, it starts to put a little bit of time in there. So now she has to think about it, she has to go away and do it, and there's a little bit of time where it creates a deliberateness. As you see her getting deliberate and trying and not being like stuck on the food, but if you see a moment where you think, good thinking, click and reinforce that. Maybe she didn't finish the behavior, but you saw that she was thinking through the behavior as opposed to just kind of doing it out of rote, just doing it like I have to do this to get the food. But if you kind of can see those moments where you in your head feel like, that's good right there, click that. Don't be afraid to click that, even though it's not the completion of the behavior, because the attitude is more important than the behavior. We can teach behaviors, but getting the attitude right and that calm and relax. Also, and this may be something you've worked towards or maybe not, but this is something that I've been coming across quite often, is the horses that are too ramped up. So work on building calm and relax as part of the training equation. So as she starts to be calm and relaxed, and you start teaching her to be calm and relaxed as part of the training equation, she can't be ramped up and anxious about food and calm and relaxed all at the same time. So we want to make calm and relaxed be the thing we look for. So I imagine with food in there right now, she probably gets a little wide-eyed and a little excited, but start shaping it down to more settled and more calm and relaxed. More settled, more calm and relaxed. Another thing that might be a good thing to do with her is stand outside of her paddock or her stall or her field, wherever she lives, where she can be by herself. So, because otherwise you're going to have all the horses there. But someplace where she can be by herself. And so she's in, she's in the round pen or something. You can just take a chair or whatever and sit outside the round pen. At first she's probably going to be staring at you and looking, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing, when are you going to give me that food? When she kind of finally goes, well, I guess you're not going to give me that food, that's when I click and reinforce. So as she kind of disengages from you and goes off and lets go of the focus on the food, you can reinforce that. So she starts learning, wait a second, that's a way to get calm and relaxed, because you're going to look for true calm and relax. It's not going to be like, I turn away. You want her to be kind of, when she kind of gives up and gets soft and just thinks, well, and really takes her mind off of it. That's another thing you could do that would help reinforce her, as well as to work on shaping her to a more calmed, relaxed state. And also, I think with her probably doing bigger handfuls, so when she does get food, it's not a piece or two, so she's not feeling like that wasn't enough, but she's like, wow, okay, that was a big handful. That may help her. And another thing that may help her is also keeping it short and sweet. So it's short, lots of reinforcement, a little bit of thinking, lots of reinforcement, and slowly build up the time on those sessions. So those are things that may also help her out. Okay, Kendra, so keep me posted. Let me know how she's going with that. And go slow and let her make those approximations. Look for the thinking, look for the initiation on her part. Okay, that's all I got for now. I'll think of things when I'm sleeping, in bed tonight. I'll be like, I should have said. Anyway, so if you have questions, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me at shawnakarish.com or askshawna.com. And I'll be happy to give you advice or help you further along with your sweet little rescue pony. Anyway, so until next time, enjoy getting your pony on target. Bye.